Hello, everyone. Welcome to our 4th episode of Freak Enterprise. My name is TJ.
And I'm Ian.
And we are here at our comics and games shop in Whitehall, New York, the Freakopolis Geekery. And Freak Enterprise is a show where we take a look at previewsworld.com and see some of the cool new stuff that is coming to comic shops currently for the month of March.
Yes, indeed. A little bit out, but you're going to want to know about these things before they start coming to your lists.
Yeah, you can get that in your order this month. Outside of that, we've got 3 really cool things in Previews World that are coming in March, but we also have a review of a book coming up later in the show. So let's get right into it.
What do we have first?
I scoured the site, the catalog. Luckily, Dad sort of alerted me to this series. That is EXO Man OWar.
Well, sounds familiar somehow.
Yes. He had like a 25-issue run since we've opened. The store's been here since like 2016, and he had a really great run written by Matt Kint. Various artists, but a lot of the times it was really strong.
It was kick butt, yeah.
I was unfamiliar with the character. He's got a long history, but it was my first time jumping in, and I found I really, really connected to the story, and it was this really cool sort of fantasy, sci-fi stuff going on.
As far as heroes outside of the Marvel and DC, and sometimes Image universes, I think that Eric of Earth is probably one of the most notable.
Yeah, I think so, absolutely. He's got a really great history. He was a Visigoth slave on Earth during 5th century Roman Empire.
A little bit of classical history for you.
Yeah, and his people were picked up by aliens, taken to another planet, enslaved there, but he bonded with this suit of armor called Shanhara.
Shanhara, yeah.
Which is kind of like the Venom symbiote.
In a way, albeit maybe a little more malevolent even, and a lot more crafty in some ways.
Yeah, it gives him tons of... he's a great fighter and super strong, great leader, very charismatic in a sort of man's man kind of way, I guess. But, he's a leader of men. But this suit really amps him up, lets him become super strong, super durable, super fast.
Yeah, brings him to those superhero, high sci-fi, almost fantasy levels of power.
Yeah, so it's a really cool symbiotic relationship. He's always struggling with that, and he's trying to make a name for himself without the suit. Who is he when he's wearing the suit? So you get some really cool internal struggle. But it's always action-packed and super fun.
No doubt, the enemies he faces, sometimes internal and external, can blow your mind. And you found a very interesting quote about his suit in particular, about Shanhara.
I did. So this series is new. I'll get to that quote in just a second. I just want to preface it with information is light on it. You can see here there's no sort of pitch or blurb about the description of where this series is headed.
We just have a cover and a team.
Yeah, and we know the history of the character and stuff. But the writer is Dennis Hopeless Hallam.
Okay.
He did a lot of Marvel stuff in particular. He's done a lot of X-Men work. He did Star Wars Vader Dark Visions. It's a really cool Vader miniseries.
Sounds like a suiting fit.
Yeah, absolutely. So he had this to say about the upcoming series. We always give the cool robot suits to billionaires and scientists. Throwing a little shade at Tony Stark there.
Yep.
I love how Eric flips that on its head. He didn't build the suit, he can't explain the suit, and he could kick your butt up and down the road without the suit. The anachronism is fascinating, and I can't wait to play around with it.
No doubt.
It does seem like a very fun playground for a writer.
It does, and it immediately separates it from your average Iron Man or Batman story, for sure.
Yeah. So this book is shipping with 2 covers to date, I believe. This is the cover by Christian Ward, who's done a bunch of stuff for Image, but he has this really cool kind of painterly, ethereal sort of style.
I wish my mustache was that cool.
I could sort of see a semblance there. You could do a cosplay.
Maybe.
Just gotta get abducted and get the alien symbiote suit, and you'll be all set. So yeah, I really enjoyed the previous series. I'm looking forward to this one. I like Dennis Hopeless Hallam's take on the suit and Eric, so I can't wait to see where he goes. Tends to be very big sci-fi concepts and stuff, so I'm sure it'll be action-packed and really, really fun.
Super cool.
Up next is more sci-fi, in fact. This is a book that I think is kind of a sleeper hit for Image.
I was going to say, I've heard of the title, but the details have eluded me.
So Outer Darkness, this is Volume 1. Volume 2 is actually new to order this month. It's coming out in March. Volume 1 you can get today.
Very cool.
But I wanted to talk about the series a little bit, especially with Volume 2 coming out, which I think is even better than Volume 1. So this is a book written by John Layman, who is really known for Chew with Image.
Yeah.
Great series, very funny, very dark. And that continues throughout Outer Darkness as well. It's kind of like Star Trek Mirror Universe meets Warhammer 40K or like Event Horizon.
Oh, wow.
You've got this like Federation of planets and they're out exploring the galaxy, but their engines for their spaceships are powered by these big demons that you have to sacrifice human souls to.
Oh, jeez.
When you die in this world, your soul gets blasted out into space and the ship can catch up to it and you can resurrect, but you don't come back the same.
Oh, man.
So just really wild sci-fi stuff along with sort of some horror elements. But it's really, really funny. The art is really fun too.
I was going to say the art suggests a more kind of cartoony story, but the concepts you're spouting there are a lot more serious.
There's definitely a juxtaposition there. The cover here is pretty indicative of the interior too. That's pretty much what the panels look like, and that's thanks to Afu-chan. You've got the lead character right here in the middle is the Commander Rig, and he is a man. He works inside the Federation, but is very much a rebel.
I see.
He is an explorer, has a name for himself inside this Federation, but he's sent basically on a suicide mission. Meanwhile, he knows his wife is sort of way out there in the stars, amongst the stars, and he's trying to find her. So he's trying to further that cause while also playing the Federation and stuff. He's got there's a great cast of characters that you can see lined up behind him.
No
really
doubt.
Cool ship design, really cool world building, and super, super funny book.
That is awesome. Yeah, Outer Darkness, it looks like they're taking some really original concepts and putting them forward in a fun way.
Yeah, I love this book. It's at the top of my read list every week it comes out because it's just really, really fun. And it gets even weirder as the story goes on. There's lots of betrayal and new characters that come aboard, like this nun that was found in a floating time capsule chapel.
Oh, wow.
And stuff. Yeah, she's a nun from like 1940. It just gets really wild and is really, really cool and very fun. And it's not like a book that, sometimes you read a comic book and it's like, okay, that was cool, but I'm not quite sure what just transpired there. It's like it's very followable, and that makes it enjoyable. Sometimes you want something to challenge you, but sometimes you just want something really pulpy.
Yeah, something that you can just grip onto for sure. I really like that you put them forward as kind of like the Federation in their exploration, because that leads to so much potential for adventures and stories to tell. At the same time, the risks they take in even getting to a new planet seem like it might be pretty crazy.
Yeah, there's literal exorcists on every ship and stuff. It's pretty wild stuff.
Awesome.
Really, really fun book. And Volume 1's out now. I recommend it. Volume 2 is pre-orderable now.
And you're thinking Volume 2 will shape up to be even better overall.
I've read the single issues so far, and the story just gets crazier and crazier. And we learn a lot more about the characters and stuff. So
awesome.
Really, really fun. Up next, a free comic book day exclusive Marvel Gallery Emma Frost PVC figure. So Marvel Gallery
put together some really cool statues and figures.
Yeah, one of our favorite lines in the shop. They're really nice size. They're about a foot.
And notably awesome prices.
Yeah, they're $50 generally. And they got these cool set pieces. The quality's really nice for the price. The sculpting is great. That's a great looking statue right there.
It is. Here they're putting together one of my favorite X-Men, sometimes antagonists, Emma Frost.
That's right. And so this is the free comic book day exclusive version. They're doing another that is her in her diamond form.
Ooh, that's got to be pretty.
May or may not know, she can transform her whole body into diamonds. Yeah, so I'm wondering, I thought it was kind of funny that this was the free comic book day one, and the other one is kind of the more widely released one. But really, really pretty statue there. Love this line in general, and I think it's really cool that they're doing something for Free Comic Book Day.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, no complaining about that choice of character to put forward for such a big day in comic shops.
Yeah, and given that she's had such an awesome sort of past 6 months.
Yeah, she's playing a big role.
Yeah, in the House of X and Powers of X stuff, and now Marauders, and some of the other Dawn of X books that are going on. She's on the rise for sure.
That is too cool.
So that's coming May 2nd. That is Free Comic Book Day. We'll be participating. We can get these in if you're interested.
No doubt. Next up.
Finally, a book that arrived in stores this week.
And a really good one at that.
Yeah, Batman number 86. You might say, well, 86 is like kind of a hard jumping on point, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a weird number.
Yeah, but it's not. It's really not. This is the start of James Tynion IV's run on Batman. Tom King was just kind of booted.
A little bit. He still gets to wrap up his particular story arc, but he's not going to issue 100 like originally intended.
Yeah, that's what he thought. I think, Batman had some up and down in sales, and you go on some boards and stuff, and you realize Tom King's run is pretty polarizing. He has a very particular writing style.
He does nothing to put him down about in particular on my end. I mean, he's well known in the industry for a reason.
Yeah,
just
Eisner winning, fan favorite.
This particular Batman run kind of petered out on his end.
Yeah, I think it maybe went too long. He does really well in miniseries and in like 12-issue sort of maxi series type things.
Also, he said that Catwoman and Batman would get married, and that didn't happen first.
After a lot of buildup, I think a lot of people jumped ship after that. But that we're on a clean slate now, sort of, with James Tynion IV's first issue. So this is the start of an arc, and I think it's a really good jumping on point, actually.
It seems to be really, truly initializing a new story and a new kind of crusade for the Caped Crusader.
Indeed. So it takes the fallout of City of Bane, which is Tom King's latest arc, and plays with that, but really brings its own flavor into it because Batman is now rebuilding Gotham after Bane took over with Thomas Wayne from the Flashpoint universe. Gotham was in a really bad place at that point, but now he is rebuilding it both in sort of its morale and its, Batman is back, but he's literally rebuilding it with the Wayne Foundation.
Yeah, in his architectural image. And there is a particular panel where the mayor goes, "No city has grown this fast in America since the beginning of the 20th century."
Yeah, Batman is pouring money into Gotham, which really makes... I'm excited to see how Gotham becomes a character and changes and morphs.
There's some panels that immediately show, yes, this is a Batman story, but look behind him and you'll realize what this really focuses on.
Yeah, and I'll show you some of that in just a moment.
Sounds good.
And I think a lot of that is that point is made really well by Tony Daniels' art.
Yes.
He kills it in this issue. I wish he was doing the whole run.
Yeah.
I love his Batman, and his Gotham is just as good.
So, one thing before we delve into the details, this is a bit of the aftermath of that Bane story, right?
That's right.
Spoilers, did Bane kill Alfred?
He did, yeah.
Oh, that hurts. Yeah. I love Alfred.
There's a really great reveal that has to deal with that in this issue. And very emotional beat.
Throughout this, there's a lot of mourning still going on, and Batman even calls back to get some assistance and calls for Alfred. Lucius Fox returns the call and says, "There is no Alfred here."
Alfred
and it's,
is
yep.
So here's some of the interiors. Really great, sort of shot by shot of Batman climbing to the peak of this new building that's going up. I can only imagine who might be sponsoring the building of that.
No doubt, yeah.
To boom him crouching amongst this construction equipment. Really great wide shot of the city in the background, and just a great splash panel.
Yeah, that's the panel I was referencing when it said focus on Batman, but look behind him and see what the story really is on. The lighting in this panel is excellent.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Really, really good job there.
Yeah. Hats off to the colorist.
No doubt.
Rebuilding Gotham City for everyone, Wayne Enterprises. So he's not making it any secret that who's behind this. But of course, the fact that he is Batman remains a secret.
Yes, indeed.
And we get a lot of great Catwoman in this issue as well. And Deathstroke makes a really cool appearance.
It's awesome how Batman sizes up Deathstroke as such a serious enemy. I really like it.
And not only is he rebuilding the city, he's got Lucius Fox working on some cool projects.
I was going to say, Batman occasionally commissions a new vehicle for the Bat vehicle family. Sometimes they hit the mark and sometimes they don't. The one in this issue hits the mark.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. It's got a great design, and
Yep.
it seems very capable of taking on whatever Batman needs to. So really strong first issue, lots of setting the stage for stuff, really good jumping on point. We get some panels, obviously, of some villains that are plotting something.
Yeah, it can't all be sunny news in Gotham.
No, not at all. And there's a really great epilogue that deals with the Joker, and I think that's what James Tynion's setting up as his big arc, who, to me, was kind of missing from the Tom King run.
Yes.
We got him in the middle, but now they're really,
Who else to lean in on?
yeah, Joker is back just as much as the Batman.
Yep.
So a great first issue. I think you'll find a lot of praise for it online and in the store as well. We've got an issue or two still left on the shelf, so if this sounds good, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
In fact, I recommend kind of everything that we've talked about today. These are available for pre-order at Freakopolis Geekery in Whitehall, New York. You can message us at facebook.com/Freakopolis or give us a call or send an email to tj@freakopolis.com. I'd love to get you set up. I'd love to start pulling you some books. I'll be pulling all of these because I think they look really, really good.
No doubt, and I'll be reading them secondhand.
So thanks so much for joining us. Hope to see you by the shop sometime soon. Or if not, somewhere on the interwebs.
Take it easy, guys.